Hello, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Tonight I am using my gift bag maker to make cute little packages for some Lush products that I'm going to be giving away for Christmas. I made this one to suit this lovely shower gel, and it just fits in perfectly. Now, I mean, the gift bag maker is pretty basic and it comes with instructions, but the one I'm making today is actually quite small in comparison to their smallest size, so I hope this helps if you want to make something that's a wee bit smaller. I have used the Everyday Label punch and stamp set for the Ho 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 and a bit of lime green, and the Twinkle Twinkle papers for this one. I'm going to go with a darker one this time to suit another bottle of this. Maybe it goes well with the navy. It's the same paper, Twinkle Twinkle, and you could go either side because they're both lovely. The stars is very pretty, but I want to work with the pool party on top of this with the pool party ribbon, etc. So we'll just get started. You first of all need to get yourself a piece of, well, this is paper, it's DSP, and it's fairly thick. It's not overly thick, so it should do the job. You want a piece that measures 8 6/8 by 7 inches, and I'm going to have the navy as my outside, so I'm going to start on this side. And don't line it up as per usual, as the instructions tell you. For this particular size of bag, you want to go to the small mark first. Line it up there, push it right up to the very top so that you can see the line of the small, and run your tool down the medium, and that's you started. So just slide that over to the arrow that shows the start line and line that up with your start line, and then you can continue to do the first wee marking of the side of your bag, and remember to punch. I just have to stand up for that to get a good go at it. So you want to also remember you have 3 lines to do. You're lining it up with the first crease that you made, then you're doing your corners, your little triangle, and the center of that, plus where it says side, you want to follow that line down to the bottom, and that's your first crease made. So slide that right up to that mark that you're only after doing. Give it a punch again. This time we don't need the triangle, we just need to go across the top and then slide it down the side, the one that's marked side again. Again, slide it up, line that up with the start, give it a punch, and this time we're making another triangle. So do your triangle markings, your markings that go that way, the ones that go down the center of that, and again follow the last line for side. And you just need to slide this over again and line it up with the start, and that should line you up with the side because that's your last punch. Punch it and you have it, and then you just want to trim this one off to match, so line that up with your start, this start line, and just punch, and that's your more or less your basic bag made. So it just allows you to go that wee bit smaller if that's what you're after. So this little bit here we don't need, so we can actually chop it in. And then the rest of it we need to do all our folds. Oh, remember I'm doing the navy on the outside this time. Just give them a nice wee crease. Crease these ones up. And then we're just going to join our bag, and I'm just using wet glue. You could use your turn tape here or your permanent adhesive if you have any. This is now everybody's busy time of the year with the wee knickknacks that you pick up in the shops. You want to make sure you have them nicely parcelled up. Just line that up perfectly. I'm showing a wee bit of my I'm going to actually trim that because it doesn't want to line up. Which doesn't do any harm. Never worry if you have to add a wee trim, because everybody's measurements, if you mark your measurement and cut to the wrong side of your pencil mark, you could end up with that wee bit extra, but it's no catastrophe. Just do what I'm doing and trim it off. So you want to seal your bottom now, and again I'm just going to go with a wee bit of wet glue, wee bit along that edge there, and pop that over, and then a wee bit along this one, and a wee bit along this one. And if you pop your gift to the inside, that will help to hold everything nice and square. It's a good weighty bottle, so it should hold nicely. And remember to keep your bit to the side. Just let that settle in there, just to push all that down for you. It does take fairly quick. Make sure you're happy with your bottom. So we can take that back out, because when I want to do our punch at the top. Now there is actually a punch on this contraption here. This is not the Stampin' Up! One, this is one I've had for years, but it's the exact same as the Stampin' Up! One. So if you have the Stampin' Up! One, this is the same way you'll be doing it. Get those all gathered together nicely and put it in the center. Make sure and line it up. Now I found that this paper is a wee bit thicker than normal paper, and this punch will not punch through the 4 layers, so I'm using it basically to mark the layers, hopefully. And then yeah, you can just about see the 2 dots there, and I'm just going to use my own punch. If you have a crocodile or anything like that, it will go through these layers perfectly for you. Now maybe the Stampin' Up! One goes through them, this one doesn't. I can't guarantee that the Stampin' Up! One will. So if it doesn't, this is the way to do it. If you're using thickish paper, you don't want to be losing out on it. So for this I'm going to use some Pool Party, because I think it's just a nice, we'll pop our wee crescent back in there, and then we'll fade. I actually have been colouring in to change the colour to Night of Navy for another project, which is a good idea. Remember to use your markers if you want to change the colour of some of your ribbons. And just thread it through all of the holes. Just make sure it's all looking nice, and give it a good pull, nice and tight, and then tie yourself a wee bow. Just remember to twist your ribbon round till you get the side that you want showing. This is a lovely ribbon. This is Pool Party shimmer ribbon. It's a nice wee shimmer to it. So when you get your ribbon, then just give it a wee trim. If you hold those together, you'll get them at the same length. Now you can do it long or shorter, whichever you prefer. You'll know better when you get your sentiment done. To put some lids back on here before everything dries up. So now we need to do a bit of stamping, and I want to. We're using this stamp set, Labels to Love, and this is the matching Everyday Label Punch that punches it out perfectly. So I want to start and give myself a good surface. I wonder, is this even going to fit? Talk about being tight, Patricia. I'll get myself a piece of DSP. Oops. So we want to stamp this in navy. No, in Pool Party, sorry. We want a brighter edge and then a darker. So just stamp it with your Pool Party ink. I'll have to pat a lot because I've only got the wee small one out. Stamp that up. And then give it a good punch. Just slip it in there and line it up. Oops. Definitely a longer piece of card helps, so you can get a grip of it. But if not, wet your finger a wee bit to help you line it up. And punch it out. And now you need to stamp your sentiment, and for it I'm going to go with the navy so that it stands out. The ho ho ho. Now I've got a bit round the edges, don't do that. That's why I love my stamping board, this saves all this hassle. Ho. Ho ho ho. Stamp it somewhere closer to the bottom than the top. And excuse me. To finish that off, we're just going to add a wee gem. I'm going with these silver faceted gems, which are tie in nicely with the silver look. Of course, we need a bit of ribbon there too. And for that, you just need a wee minute piece of, where did I put that ribbon? Oh, twit. So just cut yourself about that much, just a wee loop that's going to sit nicely for you. And if you put a wee sticky dot on the centre, that'll hold the two pieces of ribbon together in the way that you want it, and then another one to hold it to your card. Doesn't want to come off the paper. And stick that to your piece of card, and you just simply put that on over the top, and then a couple of dimensionals along the back, and there you have a nice gift that'll suit a boy or a girl. Either. They all like to use bubble bath and shower gels and stuff nowadays. Boys are as pampered as girls, I think, and rightly so. So just pop that on. Oh, sorry, I've forgotten a lovely wee I have this lovely box. It's the Artisan Share What You Love stuff that I bought ages ago, and inside you get these lovely, it's a wee box of embellishments. You get lots of wee bits and pieces in it, but you get these lovely doilies, the pearlized doilies they're called, and it just adds that wee bit of pizzazz behind the layering up without too much hassle. So get yourself one. Look at, they're lovely and pearlized, they really are nice. And it nearly looks like a wee snowflake behind that for this time of the year, or at any other time of the year would be just as well. So use your tape runner just to add the slightest wee bit of sticky without going too mad, just to hold it to your box round about there, and then just tilt that slightly. And if you think your ribbons are too long or too close together, give them a wee trim, which is what I'm going to do. And you could trim those wee ones off too. Better big than having to trim later when they're too small. So there you have it. I think they're lovely wee boxes. I have going to need a couple of them for sure, for different wee things, and I know, like, I have lovely soaps and stuff to do next week, so I'll not do the same. Obviously I'll do something else, but neither of these is Christmas papers, but they both look lovely for Christmas. You just simply add the ho ho ho, add your wink of Stella to add some sparkle to match in with your gem, and they really are, they're lovely boxes. They really are really neat and cool boxes. So I hope that worked out well. I hope my sound is perfect. I hope everything is easy to follow. If you have any trouble, just get in touch with me. I'm a learner here too. We're learning as we go along, and I hope you just are enjoying my projects. Thanks for taking time to watch. I really, really appreciate it. And remember, there's a bit of a sale on. Not sure if you'll have missed it now. You might have. Ignore that. If it's on my blog, it's still on. So thanks again. Bye.